Pour yourself a drink, it's time for another episode of Brandlove. Today's episode is about Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola began in 1886 when John S. Pemberton began to make the original beverage in his chemical company. Originally containing both cocaine and forms of caffeine, the drink was marketed as a tonic for ailments. As crazy as it sounds, that wasn't as absurd for the times. In 1888, before Pemberton's passing, he drove distribution past the borders of Atlanta with full focus on more national strategy. By 1916, they had gone fully national and established the classic glass bottle we know even today. For over a century, Coca-Cola's history had been incredibly consistent and is arguably always competing to be one of the top brands among all nations. Now on to the next segment, the good and the bad. Like we discussed earlier, Coca-Cola's branding is incredibly consistent. That may be because they've had eons to perfect their brand imagery, but regardless, every brand update they've done in the past 50 years is minuscule in comparison to competitors like Pepsi, which is where we dive into what's good. Coca-Cola's lack of change in so many years has ingrained its image, taste, and especially chime into many generations. Worldwide recognition is a pretty solid thing to be in the good category for this show. I'm a fan of the stylized word mark when it works, and boy does it work for Coca-Cola. And for a change of pace here, I think the chime is one of the strongest elements of their brand. Now onto the bad. Due to controversial and trivial internal practices and minimal health benefit to soda, Coca-Cola has a weird effect where its strengths are also its weaknesses. Because of the consistency of their, everything, they get pinned with anything good that they do, and doubly so when they do something wrong. Can't we all just buy the world a Coke?
I'd like to buy the world a Coke.
No! Now on to my opinion on what I'd change about the current brand. This is actually a tough one because Coca-Cola has ventured into a lot of different spaces with their branding. Changing the instruments and cadence used in the chime is a nice change up on occasion. If I changed anything, I'd like to see a tad more diversity in the colors of the wrapping of their bottles to make it more fun. I also would like to see a more adventurous commercial. The commercials we see aren't really visceral or memorable as of late. Thanks for joining me in this Brandlove episode. Don't forget to follow us on social media and check out the downloadable resource up at the top. We'll catch you in the next one.